Hey, what's up, everybody? It's welcome to Wonderland. I'm your host tonight, Rich, flying solo for the first time. AJ is, of course, pursuing other wonderful endeavors. I have no idea what he's doing. Probably sitting home eating Cheetos right now, or probably logging in and watching watching the stream. At least I hope so. If he is, I hope he chimes in. But hey, guys, welcome to Wonderland. I'm going to have a lot of spooky fun stuff. We're going to have some Mark Spears Monsters blind bags. And figured since it's Halloween time, I'm just going to talk about some of my stuff. I've got some really cool variants for Cult of Dracula, Rise of Dracula, and Prometheus in Chains that I found. And we're going to talk all about that. Hey, AJ, we will be back right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I usually say us, but thank you for joining me now on Welcome to Wonderland. I'm a little discombobulated not having AJ here. Gotta let you know that, guys. But hey, anyway, we got comics. We can talk comics tonight. It's spooky season, so I figured we'd focus on mostly horror type comic books. So I've got some really cool variants of my books, Cult of Dracula, Rise of Dracula, and Prometheus in Chains. For those of you who aren't aware, I write comics for a living. I actually do pretty well with that, which I'm very, very lucky. I hope they let me keep doing that. But I am most well known for my World of Dracula series, which began with Cult of Dracula, which was my reimagining of Bram Stoker's Dracula inside of a Manson family-inspired cult. I followed that up with Rise of Dracula, which the best way to describe Rise is it is Escape from New York with vampires. And then my latest book, Prometheus in Chains, that's my take on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein set in the post-World War II atomic age, where Victor and Elizabeth Frankenstein were both brilliant scientists who migrated to the U.S. During World War II. They fled Nazi Germany in 1939. They both worked on the Manhattan Project, building the atomic bomb. And unfortunately, Elizabeth develops cancer due to radiation exposure, and her death from cancer sends Victor into this spiral of addiction and depression, and he becomes obsessed with bringing her back to life. I'm probably the most proud of all the books I've done of Prometheus in Chains. When you read it, my heart and soul is absolutely in that book. As Victor is working through his PTSD in Prometheus in Chains, that's also me working through my own PTSD. So it was a struggle, it was difficult, but the end result product was amazing. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and get started? I hope I've got enough room to do this back here. Trying to get a new location because I wanted to have a little spooky feel for you guys. So we'll go ahead and get right off the bat. These are probably the most popular covers of Cult of Dracula, and I found two sets of these. And these are the B covers that came out from Source Point Press of Cult of Dracula. And they were done. Hey, unknown, I have to ask if there's another box of comics that has yet to ship to me. I got one last week. No. You know what? I'm going to have to check with AJ on that. I thought he got everything shipped out before he left. But I can text him right after the show. And you've got my direct mobile number, unknown. So go ahead and text me. That, and I will check with AJ. There's some books back there in the shipping room that haven't gone out yet, but I'll have to find out what they are. But if you'll text me what you're looking for, I'll check with AJ and see what's up with that. I know he sent out a bunch of boxes, so I'm hoping that yours were all in there. But yeah, anyway, man, just text me and let me know, and we'll work that out for you. So these beautiful covers were the B covers for Cult of Dracula. They were done by the amazing Shannon Mayer. Absolutely love working with Shannon. Really fun. This was number one, by the way. Really fun, cool story about Shannon. When I was shopping Cult of Dracula and didn't have a publisher, didn't have anything. But here I was just determined that I was going to get this book published. And so, I paid for the first issue. I had it done. I went out and I started reaching out to artists that I admired. And I saw Shannon Mayer's cover of Dark Red #1 from Aftershock Comics. And it was absolutely stunning. I fell in love with it. And I have to work with Shannon Mayer. I have to. And so I found him, I tracked him down on Facebook. I sent him a very nice message. I was like, hello, Mr. Mayer. You don't know me. My name's Rich Davis. I'm working on this comic book. I absolutely love your artwork. And, I would like to talk to you about doing the covers for it. And Shannon was so kind and he got back to me. And he was, he's like, hey, Rich, I'm sorry, I'm really busy on another project. Hey, Lyle, how you doing? I'm really busy on another project right now. So I can't do it, but I love the script. Thank you very much. So, I was disappointed, but all good. Shoot your shot. So the book originally came out from Second Sight Studios. I do have some other Second Sight books here that I'm going to throw up there, some crazy rare ones. But anyway, so did the book with Second Sight. It ultimately ended up migrating to SourcePoint Press, and lo and behold, this is so funny. Hey Kenneth, how you doing? One of the very first artists that Garrett Gunn at SourcePoint Press offered me to do the B covers for Cult of Dracula was Shannon Mayer. And it was incredible. Dave did the letters on all 6 books, Jay. So yeah, it all came full circle. And I got to work with Shannon. And just I love the artwork. He and I just vibed. Me and him and Becky, we became really good friends. And they're just amazing. So, this is one of those things, guys. But the point of all this is if you want to get something done, shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And if you shoot, you got a 50-50. So, and look, this right here, this amazing set of comics I'm going to show you right now. This is #2 by Shannon Mayer. This is Cult of Dracula #2, the B cover by Shannon Mayer. You shoot your shot, good things happen. This one is really awesome. I love this one. This is the B cover for #3. Amazing cover by Shannon. Let's do that. This is #4. Really dug this one. The 3 characters or the 4 characters now that you've seen in the A cover here. This is Mother Dracula. In Cult of Dracula, if you haven't read it, Dracula is a woman. Why did I do that? No, it wasn't to be woke, as some people accused me of doing at the time, but I did my research. And as I was researching vampire mythology from all over the world, different cultures, what I found out is our Western culture is one of the very few that has male vampires. In most mythologies, they are women. Vampires trace their origins all the way back to the myths of the succubi. So doing my Dracula like that was very in tune with it can't be vampires, I know, but it makes a lot more sense, when you think about what the vampire mythology is and you go through all human history and the way we look at women. But anyway, so yes, my Dracula being a woman, there is a purpose for it. Mother Dracula is a title more than a person. It's a title passed down from generations along this bloodline of women's tracing all the way back to Lilith in the Garden of Eden. So basically, every spooky, scary woman that we've told scary stories about to make children go to bed, better eat your peas or La Llorona will steal you away, that type of thing. That they were Dracula at different times, interpreted by different people. This is the Shannon Mayer B cover of Cult of Dracula at number 5. I love this one because it's got a little Easter egg in it. It has the I probably can't see it on here, maybe not, but the little street signs. Shannon asked me, one of the street signs on here. This is Nina looking for her, where to go, and so Shannon's like, well, there's gonna be a street sign here. Is there anything particular you want on there? And as I said, yes. And I had him put the on the street signs. It's the street that Buffy the Vampire Slayer lived on, and also the street where the Tate LaBianca murders took place. Since Manson was such a heavy influence on Cult of Dracula, the character of Renfield is heavily influenced by Charles Manson. Did a whole lot of research on him. I actually listened to some really crazy unreleased interviews with Manson because I wanted to get his voice right. And I think that kind of, and speaking of Dave Lentz, well, actually, no, Dave didn't do the letters on number 1. That was Ed. Oh Lord, I'm blanking on names. Ed did the letters on that. Dave came on, I think, at he came on number 2. Yeah, he came on at number 2 and did the letters for that. So, but yeah, anyway, got lost my train of thought. Anyway, the character of Renfield really got that musical quality that that Manson had. It really came across well, I think. So anyway, I do have number 6, but I left it laying back there in my office. I have 2 sets of these by Shannon Mayer. And at cons, I sell these for $10 a piece. They're getting really hard to find. But I will do it for you guys tonight for cover price on each one. So it'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, be $30 for a set of 6 of the Shannon Mayer covers of Cult of Dracula, 1 through 6. Of course, I'm happy to sign them. And if you meet Shannon at a con, he is always very happy to sign them. He's a great guy, very shy if you've never met him, but wonderful, wonderful human being. So if you guys would like a set of Cult of Dracula 1 through 6, the Shannon Mayer B covers, I only have 2 left. These are the only 2 in my possession. I have no more once these are gone. But I will sell them to you guys on the show tonight for just $30, $30. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Jay. I really, I really did enjoy writing Cult of Dracula. It was something that I started noodling on way back in 2013. I originally wrote it as a stage play, which was performed at the Browncoat Pub and Theater in Wilmington, North Carolina, for the month of October in 2013. And it's played for 4 straight weekends of sold out shows. And during one of those shows, I was very fortunate that the late, great Mr. Tony Todd was in attendance at the show. And he hung around afterward, and he wanted to talk to me about it. And so he and I owned the bar, by the way, so it was no big deal for us to stay until 4 or 5 in the morning after the bar closed. But we did. We hung out all night, and I think we finally called it a night. I called him a cab at about 5:36 in the morning. We just had fun. But Tony was very encouraging to me, and he said, Rich, you can't give up on this. You got something good. So initially I intended to adapt it into a screenplay. Yeah, man. I told him when he was sitting out there, I was like, oh my God, you're Candyman. And by the way, he used to get, Tony and I became friends. He used to come hang out at my house, when he was in town filming or whatever, wonderful, wonderful guy. But we'd be walking down the street, in downtown Wilmington, and people would come up to him wanting autographs. And he was so kind. He would stay, he would talk to every one of them, and he would sign whatever they had. But when we would walk away, he'd just be grumbling to himself, 250 damn credits on IMDb, and the only one they remember is Candyman. We used to laugh about that all the time. The one thing he would love to talk about were his roles on Star Trek. He absolutely loved Star Trek, and that was his pride and joy there. Was his roles on Star Trek. But anyway, so Tony stayed with me. I originally wanted to adapt this into a screenplay. Things didn't really work out on that because my wife Amber became very, very sick. Tony, he didn't give up. He said, well, don't let it go. You got to do something. And then Amber was like, well, okay, I get it. We can't do this as a film because we don't have the time and the resources right now because she's sick, very sick. But why don't you turn it into a comic book? And I was thinking to myself, writing a comic book script is very similar to writing a screenplay. And that's, I have a degree in that. That's what I did before I wrote comics. I worked on screenplays. So I started adapting it, and the rest is history, man. Here we are. So again, the lesson of tonight is if you want to do something, man, go do it. Because if I can do this, trust me, any of you can, I promise. So anyway, back to these. I have 2 sets of the Cult of Dracula number 1 through 6, the Shannon Mayer variant cover set. Normally, if you bought these from me at a convention, they would be $60 for the set of 6. But for you guys on Welcome to Wonderland tonight, it would only be $30. So to half price, just cover price, $4.99 a piece. So $30. If you guys want them, call them out in the chat. And once you do, please click on that link in the chat that Jay has so kindly pinned for us there. Without AJ, we've kind of revamped the way we're going to be doing things. And next week, you're going to meet Tiffany. Tiffany's our new subscriptions manager here at Wonderland Comics, and my partner in crime now in the store and in my personal life. She's an amazing woman, and she's going to start handling all of the back end stuff. She'll be doing the shipping. She'll be doing the invoicing. And I promise you, she is way better at it than either AJ or myself. AJ and I both have many wonderful qualities, but that type of back end box office type stuff, that's just not our thing. So as you guys know, I'm sure it's been frustrating a little bit with the shipping delays and things, but apologize. That is going to get much better with Tiffany, and you will meet her next week. So yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to take these down because I've got some other stuff to put up here. But if you guys do decide you want it, just put in the chat, claim Mayor set or claim Shannon set, whatever. But again, I'll let you look at these one more time up close. This is Cult of Dracula number 1 by Shannon Mayer. That's Mother Dracula. This is the B cover. This is one of Dracula's brides. Her name is Akumu. She was a Japanese Oni before Dracula chose her to be one of her heralds. And this is number 3. This is Signa. She was a Viking skald before Dracula chose her. This is the 4th. And I don't know who she played who he played on Smallville. Actually, that's one I never watched Smallville really. This is Akasha. She was a priestess to the Egyptian god of death. And then this is Mina Murray, who is our main heroine in the book. And then the 6th cover was Lucy, who is Mina's sister. Again, I left that back in my office, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll try to grab it during the break that I'm sure is coming up very soon. But anyway, call those out. I have 2 sets for $30. Just say the Shannon Mayer set. I'm going to save that one for later. So somebody's talking about we're talking about the Second Sight books. These are really hard to get, guys. So this is the original cover by Georges Genti for the Second Sight edition of Cult of Dracula. So if you guys don't know the story, I kind of touched on it earlier. Cult of Dracula originally came out from Second Sight Studios. It was their very first book that they ever produced. Bradley Golden reached out to me about it. Man, I love that cover, Jay. Yeah, Georges and I love working with Georges. He's also a good friend. But yeah, he really crushed it. He really got the occult aspect with the Baphomet back there. Baphomet plays a little bit of a role in there as well. But so it came out from Second Sight, and it sold so many copies that they couldn't afford to print number two. And that was to no fault of their own. They were a new company, new publisher. They didn't have the infrastructure. They didn't even have distribution through Diamond at the time. But because of the very hard work of myself and Spike Jarrell, marketing and selling the book, primarily directly to retailers, the Second Sight edition sold 10,000 copies. And for a small studio like them, a small publisher, that was overwhelming. They didn't have the resources or the infrastructure to fulfill the orders on the next 6 issues. So that's how SourcePoint Press came into the picture. I was able to bring the book over there. We did a different cover of Cult of Dracula #1, 2 different covers that were available, and then about 50 different variant covers because it was very hot. Retailers loved it. And what's up, Eddie? Fetish for female vampires. And well, I'm glad because I like to use them a lot. That's why I like to use the female vampires. They're a lot more interesting to work with than guys. We're just boring. I mean, I'm sorry. When I write male characters, some can be fun, but writing the women is just it's crazy fun. I really do, especially when it comes to vampires. But anyway, so the book came to SourcePoint Press. These were the books that were released through Second Sight. They're not as easily found. Most of these were limited to specific retailers because they weren't distributed through Diamond. So I have 10 of these that I found, and I can let them go for $5 a piece. Again, normally at conventions I sell these for 10, and so $5. Hey, and it is in color, Eddie. Oh wait, you already knew that. So yeah. So anyway, $5 a piece on the Georges Genty Second Sight Studios cover for Cult of Dracula #1. Of course, all of these guys I'm happy to sign for you, and the artists who did them are always happy to sign them if you bring them to conventions. So far, we've seen Shannon Mayer and now Georges Genty. This one, this is another set. Let's see, where is the Virgin? Ta-da. Okay, we're just gonna have to. All right, I will put it in your pile, AJ. That is definitely for you. Okay, guys, you're gonna have to trust me on this because I accidentally grabbed 2 of the trade dress covers. But there's a set of these. Also, these are the Second Sight books. The trade dress version of this. This is Chris Callahan was the artist, by the way. The trade dress was the 1 in 25 variant, and the Virgin of this was a 1 in 100 variant. So there were 1,000 of the Virgins and 2,000 of these printed. This is, if you'll look right there, you can see, those of you who are horror fans probably recognize this. This is an homage to Preacher #1. So if you look at the Preacher #1 cover, you'll see that. So what I do, I sell these for 25 at conventions. I sell the 1 in 100s, the Virgins by Chris Callahan. I sell them for 50. Yes, Preacher #1. Yep. But if you guys want, I've got 2 sets of these left. Very rare. I will sell you the set for $50. That would be, you can look at it as you're buying the 1 in 100 and getting the 1 in 25 for free, or you could, say you're getting them both for $25. Whatever. It's $50 for the set. So what we've got tonight, guys, we've got the Chris Callahan set here, a Virgin and a trade dress for $50. We have the Georges Genty Second Sight Studios cover for just $5. And if you've seen shopping centers are boring, because if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Wah, wah. So that's Jay telling me I've talked too much and we need to go pay some bills by doing some commercials. We'll be right back.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below.
In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
That'd be really great. Thanks.
All right, guys, welcome to Wonderland. I'm your host, Rich Davis. If you're just joining us, thank you very much. If you have been joining us for a while, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. I haven't scared you away, which is a pretty good thing. So we're tonight talking about my books, Cult of Dracula, Rise of Dracula, and Prometheus in Chains. Pulled out some variants that I had that I normally take to conventions. Thought I'd offer them to you guys tonight. So what we have up here one more time, and I'll go back and show you guys the Shannon Mayer set in a bit. This was the original cover from Second Sight Studios. This was the original, and it was there were 10,000 of these made, but they're very difficult to find because most of them were sold to a relatively small number of stores. They were sold direct. There was no distribution for them. So I'm selling those for $5. Normally at a convention, I sell them for $10. This again, don't want to get the glare on there. This is the Chris Callahan cover. This was the 1 in 25 variant. Is a Preacher homage. There is a Virgin one of these that was a 1 in 100 variant. I have 2 sets of these left. Normally I sell the trade dress for $25 and the 1 in 100 Virgin for $50. Tonight I'll sell you the whole set for just $50. All right, Eddie, I got you down for that. I got you hooked up. We got Eddie and AJ getting the Second Sight books tonight for just $5, guys. I'm very happy that you're going to do that. And let's keep going here. Okay, this one. The next 2, actually, I'm going to skip those for now and bring them back because the people go ape crap over those. All right, this one is a really cool story. Again, as I was telling you about going around and getting, me, just this completely overly confident, mediocre white dude going around conventions trying to get my book published. Before I even had a publisher, I was hiring artists to do covers. So I found Sanford Green was at Dragon Con, and I've really admired his work. And so I went to him and I said, "Hey, I got this book, and I'd love you to do a cover for it." And I was like, "Could I get you to do a commission for me here at Dragon Con, and let me use it as a cover?" And he did. So the whole weekend that I was at Dragon Con, I got to walk by and I got to see him working on my cover, which was really awesome. I got to see the whole process, soup to nuts, and he did a great job. This is the trade dress cover. This is Arthur and Lucy. Sanford got exactly what I wanted him to get out of this. The Lucy, one of the central conflicts in the story is with Arthur and Lucy. Lucy has become a true blue, dyed in the wool, drink the Kool-Aid member of this cult of Dracula, and she's dragged Arthur along with her. Arthur he is a disgraced banker. He's kind of a Bernie Madoff figure. He swindled some people out of their money and got away with it. So he is paying his penance, punishing himself by he's in this cult now, and he's given all of his money, the entire Homewood fortune. He's given it to the cult. And so while Lucy's there, he thinks this is how he's going to mend his relationship with Lucy. Lucy, unfortunately, has fallen under Renfield's spell and has other ideas. So their conflict, their love story, it's a very central part of the story. It's very tragic as you read it. Arthur, he really loves Lucy. He really wants to be with her. And she just doesn't. And, I love this. You got the trees falling. It's autumn on their relationship. You also have let me show this to you a little closer. You also have the tree branches looking like hands, claws, trying to pull Arthur in. But it's not all sadness for Arthur. He does. There's another twist in his story, and he gets a little bit of light out of it, although he never gets Lucy, unfortunately. So I have this is the trade dress version. I also have, I only have one of these. This is the Virgin variant, and it is already signed by Sanford Green. And of course, all of these, you can see his signature right there. All of these I'd be happy to sign for you as well. I've got one set of these left. So if you would like, I'll sell the set of the A and the B, the Virgin and the trade dress, for $25. Basically, that's buy the Virgin, get the trade dress for free. So $25 on these. I also have the Chris Callahan Preacher #1 homage for Cult of Dracula #1. This is the 1 in 25. The Virgin is a 1 in 100. $50 for that, and the Second Sight original OG cover for just $5. If you want those, please just call them out in the chat, and we will be happy to get you those, and I'm going to sign them all for you. All right, let's do this now. I teased you enough. Which one do I want to show you first? All right, so I've already showed you one by Georges Genti. So I'm going to show you this one, not by Georges, first. It's the invisible cover. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Glad that landed on a table. All right, cool. I've got 4 of these. This is the amazing Alan Qua. These were limited to 250. There was a trade dress and a Virgin of these. This is super popular. He got the demonic succubus vibe of Mother Dracula quite well. This is kind of her in her true vampiric form. So Alan just absolutely crushed that cover. Alan did variants for number 1, 2, and 3. I don't have any of his 2s or his 3s left. Those sold insanely well. So I can do for the Alan Qua, the trade dress, which is all I have. I can do this for 50. And of course, these will come signed. So $50 for the Alan Qua. If you guys want it, just give it a call out in the chat. Make sure also that you click the magic form button up in the chat that Jay has so painstakingly pinned for you. All right. So this one is my favorite cover. It's another second sight cover. This is by Georges Genty. This one is kind of an error in it because Georges didn't quite get that Dracula was supposed to be a woman here. So he went with the demonic look. So it's a very this one, yeah, the House of Secrets 93 homage, first appearance of Swamp Thing. This was Georges Genty. This also came out from Second Sight. These are crazy, crazy, crazy rare. Not a lot of those got ordered. Yeah, first Swamp Thing homage, absolutely. That's the Swamp Thing. First Swamp Thing homage is my my favorite cover of all time. I love Bernie Wrightson. I've admired him, God, since I was a kid and found Swamp Thing. And his Frankenstein is incredible. Just such beautiful, beautiful work. So yeah, the House of Secrets variant is one of my all-time favorite covers. So I was very happy that Georges did an homage to for that for this book. So these I sell these for $50. I think I have 5 of these left. Hey, he's Swamp Thing. He's the green. He can do that. It was a little bit shocking, but again, it does not derail me or doesn't dim my enthusiasm for DCKO at all. I am very stoked about this series and having so much fun with it. Jack-o'-lanterns, the skulls, the Jack books. You're speaking my language. I know, Eddie. I know. And you're already on the board picking up a book. So might as well go ahead and pick up another one. You can get this House of Secrets homage variant for just $50 by Georges Genty. You can get this absolutely stunning Alan Qua variant for $50. I'm surprised 9 of you weren't fighting to get that thing, because every time I pull one out at a con, people just people fight me for them all the time. They just absolutely love Alan. Like Eddie said, they love the sexy vampires. All right, so here's the Georges Genty for $50. This is the Alan Qua, also for $50. Alan is such a hot artist right now. He's doing so much amazing work. And then, of course, we have now the Sanford Green Virgin variant set, and Virgin variant and trade dress variant set, 25 on those. And we have the Chris Callahan. I have a Virgin of this and a trade dress, the set for $50. And then we have the OG Georges Genty Second Sight Studios cover for just $5, which we've sold 2 of those today. That means I've got 3 left. So if you guys want to jump on those, you can. Let's see which one. This one is. Oh yeah, this was the other Alan Qua. Okay, yeah, I do have some of these. So this one is the Cult of Dracula number 2 Alan Qua variant cover. There were also 250 of these made. This is I love this cover. It's all 3 of the brides, lounging in this dark, swampy, spooky area. Have I ever been nominated for a Ringo? And if not, why not? I have not been nominated for a Ringo. And you know what? I think the good people out there should start a letter writing campaign to ask the good people at the Ringo Awards why they have not chosen me to be one of their fine nominees. I think what it is, truly, guys, they haven't nominated me because I think they're scared that it'll make all the other nominees feel bad. No, seriously. I don't even know how one gets nominated for a Ringo Award. But hashtag Rich Davis Ringo. Yeehaw. I don't know. I see a lot of people do their own promoting campaigns to get nominated, and I am the worst at promoting myself. Like my comic store here, Wonderland Comics. I have my comics in the store, but I never sell them because I don't like talking about myself. If I'm doing a podcast or something, of course, that's why I'm there. But when people are coming, I always feel awkward if they're walking into my store. I'm like, oh, by the way, I write comic books. If they ask, I tell them, or usually it's Tiffany or AJ or somebody else, a customer in the store that knows I write, and they'll be like, "Hey, Rich, don't forget to sell your book." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?" So anyway, we've got the and AJ Price knows he's seen it. I am absolutely terrible at selling my own stuff. Ringo, but drummer for the Beatles, yes. All right, so we got the Alan Qua number 2 variant. I can do 50 on it as well. The Alan Quas are very rare, and I only have a few of these left. I think maybe 2 of each. So $50 on that. If you want to do the Alan Qua 1 and Alan Qua 2, I could do, which I'll show you that again if you forgot what it looked like. This is the 1, and this is the 2. If you wanted to do both, I could do the set for $75. Again, there were 250 of these each made, so crazy rare, hard to get, hard to find. Let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, this one. I really liked this one. This was an Izzy's Comics exclusive by David Sanchez. I really enjoyed David's art. I just love the pencil work. It's just really cool. I just really love this cover. I sell these. I think this is actually the last one I have. So I can sell that for $10 if you want it. And of course, everything we do here comes signed. So guys, if you want anything, just give it a call out in the chat, and we'll be happy to get that for you. Let's see what else we got. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll go here. All right, this one for Cult of Dracula number 3, which is the first appearance of Victor Frankenstein, who plays a pivotal role in my next book. My latest book, Prometheus in Chains. This is by the always awesome Marat Michaels. I don't know, you guys might have heard of him. Of course, he does the Do You Poo, but I think he did something called Deadpool a long time ago, maybe. He's does something like that. But Jay's gonna grow up to be Darth Vader. Probably. I would say that. So these are the Marat Michaels variant covers for Cult of Dracula number 3, first appearance of Victor Frankenstein. I have the trade dress for that. I have the Virgin variant of that. And I have the black and white variant for that. So Eddie, I know you can't see this cover, sorry buddy, but trust me, it's beautiful. All right, so we do I do 10 on the trade dress, and I do 20 a piece on the black and white and the Virgins. So if anybody wants to call that out, just do so, and then click the form in the upper corner of the it's upper corner of my screen. I don't know where it's at on yours, but I see it in the upper right hand corner. So yeah, all you do is fill out that claim form, and we will be happy to get those things shipped out to you. This one's really nice. Also has a sad story with it though. This is for Cult of Dracula number 6. This is a metal cover. metal virgin cover of Cult of Dracula #6. This is my late wife Amber, represented as Lucy. I modeled Lucy after her, this is the art of Intactus, and this is my little dog Mina, who has also passed on. Metal covers. This is absolutely stunning art by Intactus. I love the way it flows. It's got a lot of Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Coppola film, a lot of the Lucy walking through the garden with it blowing behind her, also it's a river of blood wrapping around Lucy. This is my obviously my favorite cover of the book in metal, and I can sell these for $100. So $100 gets you that gorgeous metal cover. There were 100 of the metals made. That was it. So 100 of those made. It's an incredibly rare, difficult to find book. Intactus. I've got some more Intactus art coming up from Rise of Dracula. But I really do. I love the way he works. He paints, and I actually have. He gave me when he found out why I wanted this cover done. He gave me the original painting, which was huge. It was it's a 24 by 36 on canvas. Beautiful texture work that he did. It's not just a flat painting. It's texture. It lives. And it's beautiful. And when my house caught fire, I was obviously devastated when the house caught fire. But I literally collapsed into tears when I saw them bringing that painting out. No damage whatsoever. Because I thought I'd lost it. I lost a lot of artwork. I lost Frank Frazetta prints. I lost a Jack Kirby page from New Gods. I lost a Bernie Wrightson page from Frankenstein. I lost a lot of great artwork, but that one, that painting survived, and it is going up in my new office. So it'll be there. I love it. So Intactus, I know you're watching, but if by chance you did hear of this, thank you, sir, for your kindness and your beautiful work. And you guys can see this in the metal cover for just $100. Those are very rare. 100 of them were made, and very difficult to find anymore. So again, we have this metal cover here of Cult of Dracula #6 for $100. We have the Marat Michaels for Cult of Dracula #3, First Appearance of Victor Frankenstein, for $25. We have the Marat Michaels color version of Cult of Dracula #3 for $20. And we have the Marat Michaels cover trade dress cover of Cult of Dracula #3 for just $10. You can get those. And now we have the David Sanchez Izzy's Comics Cult of Dracula #2 for $10. Hey, cheap viewers, Streambo, remove the space. Wait, cheap viewers? Are you guys cheap? This is insulting, guys. I don't think you're cheap. You spend good money with me. I think you should write a sternly worded letter to Authorized Enhanced, whatever that person is, because he just insulted you. I think if I had a white glove, I would slap him and I'd say, I challenge you to a duel. I love it when those bots pop up. And we have the Alan Qua Cult of Dracula #2 cover for $50. And we have the Alan Qua Cult of Dracula #1 also for $50, or you can buy the set for just $75 if you do call it out in the chat and then fill out the form that Jay has pinned. And he just told another terrible dad joke, which tells me that we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, did you know that you're invited to an art gala? No, I mean the fun kind. It's SketchUp with Mog and Mel.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks again for joining us.
Featured guests talk about their new projects.
So it takes place in this in this fantasy world where the world has kind of lost its stories.
And life as an artist.
The hope was that you could make some amount of money when you exited art school.
While the ever-changing artist panel draws new works live in front of your eyes.
Oh, I like that. Working on the
And
shadow.
they're sexy. Sex, dude.
You still got a little bit of time.
Ooh, Phil, that's dope, dude.
Sketch Up with Mog and Mel. Thursday nights. Part of the experience.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. We know you probably get a lot of emails, but could you please make sure to sign up for our mailing list? We don't send a lot of emails, and we try not to bother you. We just want to give you the best information about all the cool stuff that's going on around here. Sign up on our website, theexplive.com. Twitch. It's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there, too.
All right, guys, welcome back to Welcome to Wonderland. I'm your host, Rich Davis. We're so happy to have you joining us this evening. We've been selling a lot of my books from Cult of Dracula so far, and I'm going to jump ahead to the sequel to Cult of Dracula, Rise of Dracula. I've got a few covers of that, and then we're going to wrap it up with some Prometheus and Chains variants that are very rare. That you guys probably have. I don't think I've ever shown those on the show before. So we'll have those coming up. We just saw some of Intactus's art on the Cult of Dracula #6 metal cover. Intactus also did the B covers for Rise of Dracula. This is Rise of Dracula #1 by Intactus. This is my absolute favorite cover of it. This is the B cover, or excuse me, the B cover of Cult of Dracula #2. This is Ellie. She is my favorite character to write from Rise of Dracula because she's batshit insane. The way I describe her to people is like, imagine if the Joker and Harley Quinn did bath salts and had a meth-addicted schizophrenic baby. That would be Ellie. Ellie is insane and so much fun. Rise of Dracula has a lot more humor and action to it than Cult of Dracula. Cult of Dracula, when I describe it, it's a Tobe Hooper, Southern Gothic, Texas Chainsaw Massacre type film. Rise of Dracula is a John Carpenter near future dystopia. It sounds like your sister, Eddie. Near future dystopia, kind of an Escape from New York type vibe to it. And so Ellie, I thought, so she's one of the Ruthven sisters. There's 3. And I thought they were just going to be one-off characters opening up because I wanted to do a Blade homage, a blood rave, basically. And so I was writing this one scene. They were going to be one and done. They were going to die in what happened in there. But I had so much fun writing Ellie that I was like, they're screaming at me. We want to be bigger characters in this story. My characters talk to me, by the way, guys. I'm insane myself. But they wouldn't let me not write them, so they had to survive. And they ended up being maybe the best subplot in all of Rise of Dracula. And I'll leave you with this, talking about Ellie and the other Ruthven sisters. Roller derby disco in hell. Think about that and that'll make you want to read Rise of Dracula. That by itself should. This here is the Intactus cover for Rise of Dracula #3. I can't tell you who this is because it would be a shame to spoil it for you. It's if you haven't read it yet. But so this is the Intactus set. Normally these are $5 a piece. I can do buy two get one free for you guys, so you can get all three of these covers by Intactus for just $10. If you'd like that, call it out in the chat. I will put it aside for you and be happy to sign them, and we'll get them shipped out to you. So we have Rise of Dracula #1, Rise of Dracula #2, and Rise of Dracula #3, all by Intactus. They are wonderful. This one, I love this one because it is, this one was our New York Comic-Con exclusive for Rise of Dracula #1. The art is by the great Chris Campana. Again, we have, this is Carmilla. You meet her in the, look at, I'm stroking her legs. I didn't mean to do that. But Eddie, another one for you, buddy. Hot, sexy vampire in red heels, man. So this is Carmilla. And again, this is the character that I can't tell you who it is. I don't want to spoil it. Some of you guys have read it and you know, but I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who haven't. But this was the Rise of Dracula #1 New York Comic-Con exclusive. I can do those for $20 if you guys want. I think I've got 4 left in my box, so I can do $20 for those if you guys would like. I'm going to move a little bit faster because I'm going to wrap up about 8:10. And then Jay's going to do some very special stuff with you at the end. Ooh, that sounded weird, didn't it? Me stroking legs, Jay doing special. This is going to be a weird show tonight, guys.
Hey-o.
All right, this one, Jonathan McDaniel did this one. This is Rise of Dracula #2. Gorgeous, strangely weird, sexy cover. Jonathan, I love him. He's actually not far from me. He lives around Memphis, Tennessee, about 3 hours away, but great guy. And I love his artwork. I love how he draws things. He always starts with an eye, like an eye. And then he just draws the book, the cover around it. And he uses real life models and just stunning. And I can do his cover of Rise of Dracula #2 for just $10. I've got 5 of those. Okay, shut up, AJ. Yeah, it's always a little bit of a weird show. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. I will go. I'm going to jump from Rise of Dracula. Let me show you these one more time. This is the Jonathan McDaniel Rise of Dracula #2 exclusive, just $10. This is the New York Comic-Con exclusive by Mr. Chris Campana that we can do for $20. This is the Intactus set of B covers for 1 through 3. This is Rise of Dracula 3. This is Rise of Dracula 2 with Ellie on the cover. Absolutely love Ellie. And then this is Rise of Dracula #1. This is Carmilla and her weird cat on the cover. Kind of do that whole set there, all 3 for just $10. All right, jumping ahead to Prometheus in Chains. Prometheus in Chains is my take on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein set in the post-World War II atomic age. Victor and Elizabeth Frankenstein flee Nazi Germany in 1939, come to the U.S. Operation Paperclip. You know, that's a real thing. They worked on the Manhattan Project, and while building the bomb, Elizabeth, how much would you do for just Intactus #2 Ellie cover? You know what? For you, Eddie, heck, why not? I've got a couple for you. So yeah, I'll do just $5 on it. Yeah, I'll do $5 for you. If you want one, I'll be happy to set it aside for you. But so yeah, Prometheus. So Victor and Elizabeth are brilliant scientists. Elizabeth is actually the engineer of the couple, and she actually breaks breaks the code for building this, helping build the nuclear Fat Man and Little Boy, the atomic bomb. And she's exposed while doing it, exposed to high levels of radiation. She develops cancer. And when she passes away, Victor goes into this spiral of addiction, depression, and he's obsessed with bringing her back to life. So that's my take on Frankenstein. I absolutely love it. This is the A cover by Les Lyndon Garner, very dear friend of mine. We worked together quite a bit. The A cover here is just $5. This cover actually, Les was actually working on a different cover for me, and I went to see Moulin Rouge on Broadway, and I was a very bad theater goer. And God, my theater friends, they're probably going to murder me for even saying this. After Satine drops from the sky to do her sparkling diamond introduction, I saw this cover in my head. It's an homage to Moulin Rouge and Hellraiser. And if you see, this is Elizabeth hanging from the ceiling with the hooks and chains holding her up. So yeah, I kind of snuck into the wings and texted Les really quick, like, here's the idea. You have to do this cover. Stop what you're doing right now and do this instead. So this was my favorite cover. It's gorgeous. $5 for Prometheus in Chains #1. My take on Shelley's Frankenstein. This one, originally, this one was my least favorite cover, but now it has actually become my favorite cover. This was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive by Jordan Dorenzo. So another a beautiful Elizabeth. I love how this, looks like the nuclear warning symbol. So this was our San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Normally they sell for $20. I can do $10 a piece on them. I've got 5. If you guys want one of those, $5 Comic-Con exclusive by Jordan Dorenzo, who also did the interior art for the story. This one is from Ryan Kincaid, a wonderful artist that I very highly admire. I'm going to show you the trade dress, and I'm going to show you the Virgin. You can see it. No, this is not Ryan Kincaid. This is, oh Lord, guys, I am completely fried today. My stepson has strep throat, and I was up all night with him, so I'm fried. Ariel Diaz. This is Ariel Diaz's cover for Prometheus in Chains #1. I'll show you the Virgin because it's pretty awesome. This was Victor and Elizabeth. There's a very strong Mr. Freeze vibe to this and to their relationship. Victor putting his wife back together to bring her back to life. So this is just stunningly beautiful to me. It hit me a certain way, obviously, because writing Prometheus is me working through my own PTSD. So that romance, it is a Frankenstein romance, really tragic romance, but a romance nonetheless. So I can sell the trade dress cover for 10, or the Virgin cover for 25. Or if you wanted to do both, I could do both for 30. So this is the Ariel Diaz set. I've got one more. Yeah, I've got one more here. And then Jay, I'll turn it over to you. This is one that Les just insisted on doing. He wanted to do it for himself. So this is, again, more of the Hellraiser kind of homage. Yeah, those are all from Red 5. Red 5. So this was Les Garner's cover that he insisted on doing. I do love it. It's very, very sexy, and macabre. The chains. Prometheus in chains. So these we sell for just $10. All right, so I'll recap these, and I'm going to turn it back over to Jay. So we've got the Les Lyndon Garner personal cover for Prometheus in Chains for $10. We have the Ariel Diaz Ariel Diaz Virgin cover for $25. And we have the Ariel Diaz trade dress cover for $10. You can get the whole set for $30 if you would like. We have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive by Jordan Dorenzo for $10. And then we have the Moulin Rouge Hellraiser A cover for just $5. So, guys, if there's anything you saw tonight that you want, you can just click your claim form and send us that magic form builder, and we'll get it taken care of and sent out to you. Tiffany's going to be on top of that. You will meet her next week on the show, next Tuesday evening. So, guys, it's been fun. Thank you very much. Those are guys who claimed things. Thank you so much. And those of you who didn't, well, thank you for being here anyway. We'll be back and do it better next week when I've had a little bit of sleep. So, all right, Jay.
Stay on the screen with me, though, Rich. Stay on the screen with me because my camera's not hooked up.
Okay.
So what I'm about to post into the chat is the link tree for Comics Curing Cancer. Now, that is a 100% volunteer-driven initiative that unites a bunch of different folks in the comic book community to fight the ultimate supervillain, cancer. This includes Legion of Comics, Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics, DJ Lynx, our friend K-Pop Junkie. And it's kicking off tonight with a show on 9 Panel Grid's channel. Eric from 9 Panel Grid, Stu from Dr. Doom's Fan Club, and Nick from Comic Culture. They're kicking off the drive tonight. And I said it on Miss Jen's show, and I'll say it again. You're going to hear me repeat this every time I share this link until I get told, hey, you can stop sharing it. The warriors that have lived through this, that have passed from it, and are fighting this right now, need and deserve all the help that we can give them.
Yes, sir.
I think we can all agree, we may not agree on a lot of things, comic and movie-wise, but I think we can all agree that cancer sucks hard. We've all been affected by it in some way, shape, or form. So even if you can't donate, folks, if you can just share the link out, go to the shows, just let them know what a great job they're doing. The weekend will be filled with shows Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These shows are just kicking off a show tonight and tomorrow. The second show for tomorrow is going to be on Dr. Doom's Fan Club. So please, folks, just share it out if you can, because this is important stuff, So thanks for listening to my little spiel, guys.
Yep, and guys, please, like you said, if you can't donate, share, because a little share can go a long way. You never know who is going to see that link and what they're going to be moved to do. So everybody here, please, right now, just highlight, copy that link, throw it up on your social media. You've done your good deed for the day, and it might really actually make a difference. It doesn't cost you a thing. It takes about 2 seconds of your time. Just copy that link, put it in your social media channels, share it out with your friends, because this is a very noble cause, and cancer is the ultimate supervillain. There's no other way to describe it. So, guys, please copy that link, share it on your social media. You'll feel better about yourself, and you just might help someone. Guys, thank you again for joining me. We'll be back next week. Tiffany will be here to kind of help keep me more in line and make things more efficient. But guys, it's always a pleasure, and we'll see you next week.